What's good with it in the hood with it? Welcome back to the collective clips where you already know. Das. We gonna get this final conclusion in, right? But before we get it in, let's get to this intro. Welcome back to the channel. And if you haven't already hit that like and subscribe button, make sure you go ahead and do that. Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directing the direction of the dope content that the gun stays kicking. And I highly appreciate the support. So are you guys ready for part 2? The final battle? Get over here, right? You've been fatally combated, right? And let me tell you what happened. Well, I got fatally concussed. And on my way out of there, I was talking high-powered shit, right? Looking in the mirror, basically, because the man in the mirror beat my ass. And I was like, fuck you up. What? Right? Me and my prima, we smashed up out of there, right? And I ain't gonna lie, man. I kept thinking about that dude's chick, the light-skinned one with the booty, right? And I was like, I need to go back for 2 reasons and 2 reasons only. I need my runbacks. I ain't going out like that, right? And 2, she needs her runbacks. And she ain't gonna be going out like that. Or maybe she is, but one never knows, does one. So I actually make it back to Merced, man. And my prima's in there and she's shaking her head. She goes like, you fuck everything up. I said, I didn't start this shit. You was in there giving the meanest mamon I ever heard about, and I could literally hear it. When you can hear a mamon, that's when you know it's spectacular. You were in that garage with the old boy. She was like, yeah, now he's all scared, and he doesn't want to hit me up. And I said, that's what you get for being with Frady cats. Let me tell you something right now. She goes, what about you? You got fucked up. I said, I did. I'm going to stand on that. But guess what? We're going back. She said, nah, my homegirl, she don't want no smoke at her house. She's cool. She got kids. I said, I didn't see not one kid there. They were at her mom's pad, but usually they're there. And I said, well, get them to her mom's pad again because I'm coming through. Let her know, man, I'm going to go ahead and need that. She said, oh, you want the run back? I said, no, I'm going to need it, mamon. And then I'm going to go ahead and need that. She can call her baby daddy over, boyfriend, ex, whoever the fuck he is, right? The one that looks like me. I'm going to need that. You know what I'm saying? Look, I'm so mad I'm slapping myself over here because the fucker looks like me. Let's go, right? So my prima was like, let me hit her up and see what's up. So she's all on the phone with her, and I could hear the chick. She puts her on speakerphone saying, nah, man, hey, your primo's crazy, and I like him and shit, but at the same time, I'm like, man, fuck the same time. Let me tell you, the same guy, basically. What's up, right? She's like, oh, what's up? How you doing? I said, look, man, it's only been a day. Stop it. Let me slide. She was like, I don't know. After that fight, my ex came in here, and he put it on me, and I'm like, well, hold up. He put it on you or in you? Because there's 2 different variations of that, right? She's like, you know what I'm saying? I said, no, the thing is, girl, you know he looked just like me. She says, you look just like him. I said, no, hold up, bitch. This was what started the whole miraculous conception right here. He looks like me. Okay, I'm first. I'm older. But, I mean, I look better, right? And she was like, you do have a different type. I said, all right, then look, let us slide through this weekend, though. She was like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? He might come through, and he's thinking about moving back. And I said, look, all I need is one. All I need is one mic. That's all I need, girl. I was on my Nas shit, right? Stillmatic. And I'm still mad at it, right? Because my head was hurting. It was pounding. Like I needed Advil like a motherfucker, right? So we have this conversation. She's like, okay, Saturday, slide through. I said, hey, he ain't going to be there, right? I was hoping he was. That was the master plan. I knew he was going to pull up and pop up, right? I just knew it. So the whole plan was to go there, but I wasn't going alone, right? Hey, slide in, big clump status, right? Let me tell you, it's different when he comes. So I'm like, hey, what's up with your other homegirls that were there? She was like, you were scandalous. You were trying to fuck with all 3 of us. And I said, no, hold up. Is that what it seemed like? She goes, nah, fool. You had your shit out. I said, well, but I mean, I didn't have my shit out. She pulled my shit out. I was just an innocent bystander. She's like, yeah, innocent bystander, my ass. I said, I am trying to innocent bystander your ass, right? What's up though? She's like, okay, you guys come through. So my prima's like, all right, let me try to get a hold of this dude. So she's calling and calling. She's all mad, pacing back and forth. I said, damn, you look like me in the cell in Corcoran, right? So she's pacing. Finally, the dude answers like, what's up? She was like, hey, I'm going to be back out there Saturday in San Jose. Are you down, right? He was like, I don't know, man. That shit was crazy. Like, I'm not into the gangbanging shit. She was like, it wasn't no gangbanging. It was 2 men fighting over a fucking chick with a big butt. He was like, speaking about big butts, man, we were almost about to I said, man, I don't want to hear this shit. Take it off speakerphone. Brianna? She was like, fool, don't hate. I said, oh, don't hate. Watch this. Hey, what's up, dog? What are you doing? Her ex, right? Her old man, actually. He's like, oh, what's up, dog? Have you heard from my lady? I was like, have I? She's like, I said, nah, I ain't heard from her. What's up, though, bro? How you feeling, man? How does it feel, the breakup? He was like, damn, bro, she cheated on me again. I was like, really? She be doing shit like that? She's in the back like, the other dude's like, hey, do you hear me? She's like, fuck, go in the other room. I'm like, bitch, this is my house. You go in the other room, right? So I'm like, yeah, bro, if I see her, I'll let you know what's up. He's like, yeah, man, keep tabs on her, bro, because she be out in them streets like that. He's like, look, bro, I don't like to say it, bro, but she be acting real hoish, right? She's like, fuck him and you, right? I'm like, yeah, she do be acting a lot hoish, right? I said, you know how she is, man. And he's like, all right, dog, get at me. I said, all right, perro chato. Bitch, don't play with me, right? I am different. I'm like 50 Cent, bitch. I'll buy out every seat in this house and have you sitting in here. And it sounded like an empty dormitory, right? I don't play. So the dude, she was like, hey, I'm going to slide back. No, that was my cousin. Remember the crazy one? He's like, yeah, man, that fool's crazy. He expected me to back him up. But at the same time, I was like, no, tell him to be there because I got something for him too. But I'm not saying it, right? I'm just in telekinesis? I'm hoping that she understands it, but she doesn't. Nor does she care. She just wants to give him mamon here and there and here, right? So I'm like, hey, let me drop you off. She was like, nah, primo, I don't want to go back to Tia's house. I said, man, you got to go. You know what I'm saying? You got to go because it's okay. Right now I'm thinking about your friend, and it's about to get clandestine in this motherfucker. Very undercover, and me under the covers with my back against the wall, and my dickie's in the dirt. I'm doing my thing, right? So I drop her off. I'm like, hey, Saturday, we're good. Saturday's about to come around, right? So, of course, I call Ricky and the clump. And I'm like, I call Ricky he's like, whooping, right? Ricky's like, whooping. Just got out and shit. I'm like, hey, fool, we're going to slide. We're going to slide, bro. And I'm going to need you. He's like, oh, you didn't want to take me last time? I said, that's because I could tell she was very starving and your food supplies were draining. You know, when she gets nervous, she eats. When she wakes up in the morning, she eats. Shit, she eats in her sleep. So that chick be chewing in her sleep. Oh, I love kiwis, right? I'm like, what the fuck, right? So he's like, yeah. I said, hey, we got to go. We got to handle business, man. What, but is there Southsiders there? I said, well, there's one dude, man. He claims, he says he's not, but I think he is, right? I'm talking about the one that Brianna's messing with. Ricky's like, what, but I got him. I was like, yes, you do, right? Now, the other one that looked like me who posed a potential threat because I know he had that hammer on him, right? I got something for him. It's called King Clump, right? So I call my primo. Was like, what's up, bro? I'm like, hey, look. He's like, no. Well, hold up. Wait up. I can hear, again, my family is known for it. I could hear extracurricular activities happening in the background. Yeah, I'm like, hey, fool. He's like, I had to pull my shit out. What's up with you? I was like, hey, bro, we need to go to Song and handle business. He's like, nah, I can't fuck with it. I said, bro, I need you. He said, nah, man, there's a gang of homeboys I fuck with that I've been locked up with up there, man. I got love for Song. I said, nah, bro, there's one dude. He looks just like me, bro. He's talking all that shit. He said, that fool don't look like you. I said, I swear to God, bro, it's like my twin. And he says, that's the one that whipped on your ass? He said, Tia called. She was laughing with my mom. They were laughing at you. I said, yeah, he fucked me up. He said, so what you want to do? I said, man, we need to get extra particular on his ass. Not extracurricular. We're going to do that. We're going to get extra particular, right? He's like, I got you, Preems. That's what he always calls me, Preems. I got you, Preems, right? I'm like, finally, I don't like this fucker. He doesn't really care for me. So for him to extend his hand to come out there and do some shit, like that's like major love. You know what I'm saying? I actually liked him for up until that day, and then I didn't, and I'll tell you why. So it's Saturday comes, right? Brianna's blowing me up. When are we going to go? I said, God damn, brush your fucking teeth. Sasuke, that dude, hey, he wants fluoride on his shit. He doesn't want caspa. You know what I'm saying? She was like, hey, he's been calling, he's blowing me up. That's the only reason I'm blowing you up. I said, why doesn't he come out here and see you? Dia doesn't want fucking J-Cats over here. I said, she lives with one every day. Come on, two of them. Because if you count Sheila minus the fucking carbohydrates, that chick is a fucking, she's like, just come get me. So I said, all right, let me get G'd up from the feet up, shave my shit up, cut my hair bald, right? I'm ready. So I slide. I'm like, hey, is that chick's old man going to come? She said, probably. That fool be like having radar on her shit, right? She says, well, I thought we weren't going out there for that. I thought we were going out there just to kick it. Yeah, that's what you thought, bitch. So I said, hey, Ricky's going to come. Why? Why is Ricky going to come? My homegirls are not going to be into him. I said, Ricky pulls all the hoes, man. Is Sheila coming too? Because, man, my friends, they don't like the smell. I said, no. Definitely Sheila's not coming. She was like, can I go? I said, they don't have food. Okay, I'll just stay here, right? Bam. Sheila's not going. So I said, hey, we got to go pick up fucking, I'm not going to say his name. It's my primo. He's still activated doing his thing. I said, we're going to go pick up the clump, right? I almost said his name and shit, put him on blast. So we slid, boom. She was like, oh, man, right? This dude, like, he's damn near a fucking, he'd be like manhandling women. I said, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Them two friends that you had want to get, I don't even know if they're going to be there. I said, well, I hope they are for content purposes because I got a camera. I got a camera phone. I got a disposable camera. And Sasuke, we're trying to get freaky deaky in this motherfucker. So we slid out there. Ricky's like, whoop, where's the south side? I'm on him. Calm down. Calm down. Super pressure, high pressure. You're giving me high blood pressure, right? She was like, who's he talking about? There ain't no Southsiders there. It's all homies and shit. I said, now, don't say homies, bitch, because you're married to a bulldog. Don't say homie. Okay, you lost the privilege to say homies when they're about to stop being homies. So you don't say that because you will take down anything. Okay, you know what I'm saying? I guarantee you're like Jenny 6'9". You will sit on Blueface's lap. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee that. So don't say nothing. So she's like, oh, don't do me like that. I'm not the one doing you like that. All these different men are. That's why your old man's over there fucking pacing like you are. So we pull up, right? Ricky's like, what do you want me to do? I really wanted him to stay in the car like a pit bull and just roll the windows up, right? But I couldn't do that to my primo because unfortunately he's halfway human, right? So I'm like, come on, even though he bites cops and shit. So he gets off the car. Clump gets off like he owns the place. Damn, this is a nice ass pad. Damn, the chick opens the door. He's like, damn, what's up? I said, this what's up? Move your fat ass over. I'm like, what's up, girl? She's like, all of a sudden, come on. She grabs my hand and we go to the room. My primo's like, man, this ain't right. Right? Here comes a fucking clean ass whip, and that fucking pretty boy jumps off, and bam, Brianna's all happy. She jumps on him and shit. And my primo's like, hey, ain't she married with that bulldog and shit? I'm like, right? Come on, bro. You tell me our prima ain't been doing this shit. She's like the whole cast member of Jersey Shore. She's with Ron. She'll fight all day, throw his fucking shit off the fucking balcony, and then be sleeping on the fucked up bed with cum stains all over it with them. You know how she is, right? So he's like, bro. So he's all bored right there. Ricky is literally looking around like, is that him? Is that him? I'm like, in due time. Let me do my thing. So I'm in the room talking with the chick. Everything's good. And I know, right? Someone's going to pull him. I'm like, hey, call your homegirls that were over there. I said, she's like, nah. I said, no, for my primos. Like they're going to steal everything you got. Like I already see fucking my primo eyeballing your TV. She was like, damn, it's a heavy ass motherfucking TV. He's a heavy motherfucker, right? So come on now. I know Ricky's in the background. What? Do you mind if I smoke in here? She was like, what is it you're going to smoke? It's not what you think. I don't smoke cigarettes. She was like, why would is it weed? He was like, I don't smoke that either. She said, well, what is it? He said, we call it caca. I'm like, oh, fuck, right? Putting on. She's like, nah, you're going to have to take it to the backyard. But the air be fucking in my lighter. I'm like, oh, shit. So here comes Brianna. She mechoed out the game, right? She comes out like, hey, what happened? Right? And that dude comes out, and Ricky's like back there fucking puffing. And my other primo, he's like, hey, what's up with you, eh? Where you from? He was like, I'm from San Jose. He said, oh, you ain't a homie then. He said, what do you mean? He said, oh, homeboy say, son, bro, you ain't a homie. You Southside or what? Is it? Right? And the fool's like, no. Nah, bro, I'm just a person, right? He said, I can see that, homie, but you're a pussy person. Come here, pussy person. Turn this fucking TV on. I want to see if it works. I might take this shit, right? 5 chicks roll up. I ain't gonna lie. One of them is spectacular. She's almost as good as the one I got. The one I got, I told her, man, I'm starving. She's like, don't even trip. She's in there cooking, doing her thing. And my primo's like, you got it like that? Hey, bitch, I want something too, right? So she's cooking. We're having a good time. I kind of forget about the pedal. Like when you get a spectacular mamon, everything else goes out the window. Run backs, fighting, battles, fatality, bestiality, right? That's what he was trying to be on. Well, that's what Ricky be on. I'm like, nah, I'm cool. I'm just forgetting all about it. And these chicks are in here. They're partying. My primo got 2 of them. Like, what's up? He got the real bad one and another one. She's kind of fat, but hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, if she's paying like she's weighing, then she's staying. And that's just how that goes, right? So I ain't even gonna lie. I'm in that motherfucker like Money Mike trying to get my motherfucking issue on with the other one. The girl's cooking. She keeps looking at me and she's scowling at me. Word of the day, scowling, right? So I walk over there and I give her a little kiss. Like, no, don't trip, baby. It's all about you. One time. Said it's all about you, baby, right? And your homegirl, if she's down. What's cracking? Looking over there, looking like Nicki Minaj, right? Her homegirl was in that motherfucker like boom, 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 bass. I was like, oh shit. She had my primo was in that motherfucker like stas, right? Ricky's still in the backyard getting his Puff the Magic Dragon on. He comes in, this chick's like, he's a tweaker. Ricky's like, whooping I the whooping. I'm like, oh man. The other dude comes out, he's all spun out too, because Ricky gave him a little puff of the funky stuff, right? I'm like, oh no. Brianna's like, I didn't know you got down like that. He was like, your primo said it wasn't going to hurt me, right? I'm like, this dude's a square from Delaware. He really is. Boom, boom, boom. It's time. I must break him. I tell my primo, hey, so this is what's going down. I know that's her old man. What? Oh, fool. I said, look, I'm going to smash this fool. Is he a homie? I said, I think he is, but I don't give a fuck. He's not my homie. He's like, red on red, primo? I said, shit. Come on, bro. You know what we do. He's like, well, fuck it then. Let's get it. I said, all right. I said, look, bro, I need you to do like you did that one time. Remember we pulled up over there? You know where we pulled up to and you whipped that and you did that thing? You know what I'm saying? You gave him that honey love. He's like, primo, man, I don't know, man. These chicks are going to think crazy of me. I said, just do what you does, cuz. He said, all right, prims, I got you. Ricky's like, what? Is that the Southsider? I'll open the door. I said, yeah, you're actually smoking meth with the Southsider. But it's cool, right? The imaginary one. So this is what happens. And I ain't forgot about him. Now everything comes flooding back. My head starts going boom, 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 boom. And I start talking like Joey Stapes. I got a fucking headache, homie. I don't know what happened. There's a guy knocking at the door, and it's giving me a fucking excruciating headache, homie. Right? I need to do curls. So I open the door, and this fool looks right at me, and he's like, how'd I know it, bro? I seen all these cars parked in front. How'd I know it? Where's my bitch at, bro? I said, right here. He said, well, what's up, homie? Let's get that run back. I said, look it, man in the mirror. You ain't even looking like me today. He said, yeah, I grew my beard out a little bit, bro. And I said, yeah, it's crazy. I was thinking the same shit. It's like we got the same kind of mind. He's like, for reals? You were thinking about that? We're over here on some different shit. We're over here trying to collab now, right? I'm like, for reals, bro? You think we might be twins? Because you look similar, but your nose is real puggish, right? He's like, you know what? Fuck all that, man. You fucking with my old lady? I said, hell no, I ain't fucking with your old lady. I already did that. He's like, what's up? He swings at me. My primo fucking comes running past me, and he sees my primo's eyes get big. My primo's big, right? Picks him up like, dum, dum, the Undertaker music. Boom! Choke slams him. I'm on him. Boop, boop, boop. I know what you're saying to yourself right now. Why you got to jump him, Gunner? Why not is the question you should really be asking yourself. I ain't going to give a fuck, man. Hey, I had to do what I had to do when I did it, right? Boom, boom, boom. I'm on him. Ricky comes running out. Straight stompilation happening. Not the compilation and not the rompilation, but the stompilation. Da, sta, sta, sta. Whoop it. Hey, I don't care about Southsider. I don't like Southsider. He was actually saying F the Southsider, but you know what I'm saying? For Sewer Gang purposes, we're not going to say that. Boom, boom, boom. He's stomping on him, right? I turn around and I said, Ricky, not him, bro. That one. He's a Sewer Gang. Ricky's like, you put your lips on my pipe? Everyone stopped. Even the dude that's on the ground getting stomped out, he was like, damn, that fool got lips on his pipe. I was like, it's crazy, huh? Stop. Hey, my primo whipped this shit out. He's like, move over, prims, and starts taking a liquiazo. Okay? He was doing the sprinkler system. Stop. That's what he did before. He's known for that. He'll knock you out and then pee on you, right? I'm like, oh, shit. The chicks are looking. One of them was like, oh, that's disgusting. The other one's like, oh, shit. She must have been into that, right? The chick that I'm with comes running out, slapping me and scratching me. Leave him alone. That's my baby's daddy, right? I say, bitch, look, I got a caddy, right? Let's go. Boom, boom, boom. We're on him. My primo's pissed. I'm getting pissed all over me. The shit's going crazy. Ricky's over there doing the wiggle, the wormy wiggle, the wormy dog on old boy. He's got old boy. He's dragging him by his foot on the curb. Oh, no, I don't care about Southside. I killed him, right? I'm like, oh, shit. My prima comes out, meckle mouth, right? She's like, I can't bring you guys nowhere. You guys be fucking everything up. My prima's like, shut up. He's still peeing. I'm like, damn, he's been peeing for a long time. He's squirting at my prima. I'm like, shut up. You know you like it, look, right? I'm like, he's like, I don't care if we're cousins. I'm like, shit. I ain't gonna lie. Oh, boy, got peed on, beat up, right? I picked him up, slamming his head into his clean-ass whip. The other dude, he's all fucked up, all tweaked out, right? Like, hey, that's how we're coming, homie. We ain't playing, right? Ricky's like, oh, is that cops? I said, no, I'm just screaming. That's what we do. Hey, my prima, we left her ass there. I was like, go with your boyfriend, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Hey, and I'm so cold, man. I called her old man, the bulldog. I was like, hey, you guys want to get funky and soul? He's like, what's up, dog? I was like, hey, your old lady's over here fucking with the San Jose Sharkstado, bro. Yep, he's a mean-ass Norteño, bro. Pretty boy motherfucker, man. He was like, what? Oh, fool, I'm sliding. Where's she at? I said, call her, man. She'll pick up. She needs a ride because I done left her ass, bro. You know, I don't get down like that. She tried to take me to a house with a whole bunch of hoes, bro, and saying some motherfuckers, bro. I was like, I'm cool. He's like, oh, fool, I know you. You hit something, right? I said, no, for real. I didn't, bro. Go handle your business. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. A few bulldogs slid right there. They got beat up, right? But they tried, though. I ain't mad at it. My primo was pissed at me. You're a scandalous ass, snake ass, rat ass motherfucker. I said, stop it, girl. You know you already got the peep on. You needed a ride. She's like, I did that, though. I did that. Anyways, with that being said, that's how that ended up. That was the conclusion. I never doubled back on that chick. All I had was scratches and I was drained, literally. And that's just what it was. Hey, but we made it rain. Candy coated raindrops. And that's what we do. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive, struggle, and strive. What I truly believe in, that's the betterment of all people. Now, if that wasn't fatality, then I don't know what was. Bang, bang, the gun.